Welcome back to Hoochos. Today we're going to do a garden tour and cover some videos and give you updates on how they progressed. So the videos featured in this episode are these ones. Now, if you have other videos that you'd like featured, let me know and I'll try and cover them also. Let's get to it. So the first video I'm going to cover is the DIY Terra Planter. I've actually been pleasantly surprised with actually blown away with how well this has worked. Yes, there are issues with the design. Like the bottom tends to get way more water than the top, as you can see from the growths, excelling at the bottom of this device. And the fact that I just don't know if it'll work without the jute fabric, but yeah, it it's really cool. It's required a lot less watering than any of the stuff that I need to water, um, including the ancient irrigation technique. But the ancient irrigation technique needs a larger reservoir, but I'll get into that a bit later. So it's actually been 27 days since I uploaded this video, and it would have been about 2 or 3 weeks before that the whole experiment started. So that's the timeline for this device. So I'm going to film this one from the back for fear of disturbing it too much. But this is the watermelon that I planted in the Spider Farmer Grow Light review. And yeah, this air pot requires surprisingly a lot less water than I thought it would, because the point of the pot itself is to dry the outside of the root ball. So all I've been doing with both of these experiments is topping them up with hydroponic nutrients straight from the NFT system. So yeah, impressed with the air pot technique. These have exploded. Now this is actually from the secret garden video, and the pickling cucumber that was in there has actually died off. It got hit with powdery mildew. I mean, look at the size of them. And they're really, like, they're flowering heavily, so they're a good attractor for the native bees as well as some of our imported bee species. And they are fruiting, um, not as much as the ones in the NFT for some reason, but yeah. So this system is still just a flood and drain bed, the same one that was in the Secret Garden video, and it's just flooding and draining straight from the reservoir. I've got pipes coming out from underneath the flood and drain bed and draining it back into that reservoir. It's been about 78 days, 79 days since the video that I made of this and uploaded. So it would have been in the wardrobe for about a month beforehand. So you're looking at about, 3 months worth of growth here. So this isn't so much of a video update as it is a small trick that I've discovered for cloning tomatoes. That's really easy. I mean, it's so easy that you don't even need a cloning device. Um, so all I did for these tomatoes, and you can tell because um, the nutrient solution has gone into the oldest of their leaves and killed them. I cut off suckers and I placed them directly into the nutrient film. Now I made sure that where I cut the suckers off, the stub of the stem was in the nutrient solution. You have to make sure it's in the nutrient solution, but they've stopped dying at the end of the leaves, where, because I didn't reduce the nutrient solution when I did this, they would have had full strength nutrient running directly under them. And the leaves have stopped dying now, and new growth has started forming on the top. Now, for reference, this tomato here, this one was cloned in my flood and drain bed. So it already had roots when I put it into the NFT channel. This is what the roots look like from the flood and drain one. So that was a clone that I stuck directly into the flood and drain bed, and the whole thing had, you know, sufficient water and nutrient solution causing those roots at the top to come out. If we contrast that to this one, which I stuck directly into the NFT system, you can see the roots have formed where it's inside the nutrient film. So that was just placed directly into that nutrient solution, and that will grow into a full tomato plant now. So you don't need a cloning device to clone tomatoes. We didn't have extreme weather, and I'm not sure how this would work if you had really hot days, because the amount of bulk nutrients coming up through may kill it. But it is possible to clone tomatoes by sticking the stalk directly into your NFT channel and not doing anything else. So the next video I'm going to cover is the Pumpkin NFT system. Now this video is going to be, I guess, a video within a video. So just get ready for that. Tell you what, pumpkins, bane of my existence. So it's Father's Day here and we're about to go on a trip. And I come out to check on the pumpkins and the res has run dry. 2 days. It took 2 days to drain a 240-litre reservoir. So I filled it back up and thrown in some extra nutrient, and we're going on a trip, and hopefully I'll be able to save the 2 big pumpkins. The little ones, I just think they're beyond saving, so I'll let you know how it goes. So we packed up the kids, went on a road trip, saw a giant kookaburra and a giant koala. I played a little bit of golf.
Oh, bull.
Oh, hello.
Oh, bull.
Oh, what's all this then?
And a little bit more golf. And we got back, and this is what I found. So the watermelons in the top didn't survive. Well, one did. I'm going to leave that one, see how he goes. I'll probably end up transplanting the watermelon straight out of my Dutch bucket video and putting one of them in here. And the pumpkin has done well. It bounced back anyway. There is some yellowing on the leaves. Some of the ones that I think were a little bit harder hit. And at the end of that reservoir, that nutrient must have been just through the roof. So this is the best result I probably could have hoped for. I can't believe it ran dry. Like 2 days. 2 days. And I came back and that much water was gone. And that was 3 days later. Anyway, they're alive. So I'm not going to touch too much on the beans right now because I don't want to ruin a future video. Like, so close in the future, it's not funny. But this overflowed yesterday. I had to turn the channel because it was slightly askew, and I've managed to keep the nutrients down enough so that it doesn't continue overflowing. But these beans are nearly come to the end of their life. Still got heaps on the bush though. So a big harvest to come. God, they're good. And I've saved my favorite to last. It's, it's okay to have favorites, right? I love this technique. The only thing that I'd change about it, as I said earlier, is I would have done it with a bigger res because, the amount of green matter that's growing in such a tiny amount of space, it sucks up water and nutrients like no tomorrow. That being said, though, I'm watering it once every 2 or 3 days. So all I'm doing is filling up the res and throwing a little bit of nutrient around into the actual medium. But yeah, it works remarkably well. And the only thing I'd do differently is I'd make it a full garden bed with maybe multiple reses in there or one big res. Just blown away with this technique though. It's produced just some of the nicest greens. And as a way to start seeds and just not have to worry about, immediately getting them out and transplanting them. I mean, I could get 30 plants out of this right now if I wanted to. Drop it in some water, let the roots separate, and fill my NFT. And I've never been able to successfully grow dill as well as this. So yeah, I can highly recommend this technique. Uh, it just keeps giving and is so forgiving. So hope you enjoyed this episode of Hoochos. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Happy hydroponicking.